Yes, is PPT visible full screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So these are the contents of unit number 1. So this is the topic of unit number 1, LM723, IC LM317, and dual tracking regulators using IC 78XX. XX will be replaced by the number like 7805, will be nothing but 5 volt positive regulator, and 7905 means 5 volt negative regulator. If it is 7812, then it will be 12 volt positive regulator. If it is 7912, then it will be negative 12 volt regulator. We may combine these IC together and we may have dual power supply, that is plus minus 12 volt, plus minus 5 volt, plus minus 15 volt. Likewise, we may have unbalanced power supply like plus 15 volt and minus 5 volt. We can do that also. So starting with the unit number 1, as it is based on the voltage regulator, we will start with the easiest topic in this unit first, that is dual tracking regulator using IC 78 and 79. Then we'll move to the IC 723 and LM317, and then after we'll come to the voltage regulator using transistor. So this will be the last topic of this unit. Then today's topic is, of course, as I mentioned, we'll start with the dual tracking regulator using IC 78 LM78XX and LM79XX. So here the types of voltage regulator is mentioned in this hierarchy. The voltage regulators are mainly divided into two types. Those are linear and switching, out of which we will be learning linear regulator in this subject. Under linear also there are two types. One is discrete component and another is IC regulator. Discrete component means we will be using, say, Zener diode, transistor, op amp, feedback resistances together. So it will be discrete component. And IC regulator is nothing but like 7879XX, say 723, IC 317 likewise. Then under discrete component we do have two types, that is shunt and series. The meaning is whenever the load is shunted to the regulating device, like Zener voltage regulator is there, Zener is there and across the Zener there is load, that is called shunt regulator. And series means if the regulating device is in series with the load, that is called series regulator. Under IC regulator there are several IC regulators available, of course there are huge numbers, but out of which whatever are there in the syllabus that I have shown on the PPT as an example. So under IC regulator we have fixed IC regulator, that is 78XX and 79XX that we have in our syllabus. Then variable IC regulator is LM723, which can be configured as high voltage regulator as well as low voltage regulator, variable as well as fixed as per your need. And then LM317 is positive variable voltage regulator. There is one more IC called LM337, which will be, of course, negative variable voltage regulator, but that is not included into the syllabus. So here we will only see these ICs 78XX, 79XX, LM723 and LM317. Under switching, of course, this switching regulator is not there in your syllabus, but under Switching regulator also there will be two categories. Discrete component, of course, if we are using like discrete component, op amp, zener, reference generator, feedback, then regulating component likewise, then it will be discrete. And there are several IC available for switching regulator like 78S40, LM1324, LM2324. But again, these are not included into the syllabus, these ICs, so we'll not focus on this. Just to see the hierarchy and types of the voltage regulator, I kept this PPT here. Now, next is, what is the basic series regulator? Like, as we quote any example of any circuit, there are certain parts which are required to say design particular circuit. So what is the voltage regulator? A voltage regulator is an electronic circuit that provides stable DC voltage independent of, this is very important, independent of load current, temperature, and line AC line variation. Means whatever may be the load or the load current, voltage remains constant. Whatever may be the temperature, voltage, output voltage remains constant, and whatever may be the fluctuation into the AC line, the voltage remains constant. That is the definition of voltage regulator. Nobody will ask the definition, but it is, say, required. Here you can see the basic voltage regulator diagram I have shown on this PPT, where unregulated power supply is there, VDC, which is plus and minus. Unregulated means it may vary with the time. RO is the internal resistance of unregulated power supply, VDC. So this unregulated power supply is fed to the regulator, where we say assign it, it is called Vin, input voltage. So Vin is what? Vin is unregulated power supply. We have to regulate it. And you can see at the output there is an output Vout, which is regulated power supply. And this is regulated, of course, due to the middle component which are connected here. So let's see, this is the basic diagram. Let's see what are the components there. One is the reference generator, is nothing but zener, called V reference. Because until and unless we do have reference, we cannot compare certain thing and we cannot achieve target. Like suppose we wanted to measure 1 kg sugar, of course what we need balance, and we need standard weight of 1 kg. Then we can easily weight the sugar of 1 kg. So reference generator, so there is a standard, say, component like zener. We know whenever zener is operated into the reverse bias, it does not change its voltage across. So it is a reference. Then what we need is the series pass transistor. Series pass transistor, here is this transistor is the regulating component. It will regulate the output voltage. What does it mean? Suppose I have generated voltage regulator for, say, 5 volt fix. So Vout I need 5 volt fix, and suppose the unregulated power supply is, say, 10 volt. Unregulated power supply is 10 volt. So what will happen in this case? This, what is the difference? Difference is 5 volt. 10 minus 5 is 5 volt. So this delta or the fluctuation will be absorbed across the transistor in terms of VCE, collector to emitter voltage. I have shown polarity on the diagram. So 5 volt will be dropped across, 5 volt will be dropped across transistor, and 5 volt will be dropped across the load resistance RL, and V out remain constant. Suppose by any say due to any reason, suppose VDC is decreased to 9 volt, VDC decreased to 9 volt, then what happened? Then of course the output voltage, that is 5 volt, does not change, it remains constant, but this transistor will adjust itself its conduction region is adjusted so that it will drop only, I'll erase this ink first, it will drop 4 volt across it, and the with this polarity of course, and the output with this polarity plus up and minus down, which is 5 volt, remains as it is across the output terminal. If suppose your input unregulated power supply varies and it becomes say 11 volt, now your transistor will absorb 6 volt across it, that is across collector and emitter, that is VCE, and remaining of course 5 volt will remain stable across the output. So why this action is performed? Transistor itself, say transistor alone is not responsible for this action. However, some other components are connected in together with the transistor, and that one of the important part is feedback, which is formed by R1 and R2. What we are doing? We are taking feedback from the output voltage. As the output voltage is trying to increase or decrease due to any reason, due to say variation in input line or variation in the load resistance. So that is taken by the feedback component, that is R1 and R2, and sample of that R output voltage V out is taken here, that is beta V out, where beta is R2 by R1 plus R2, because whatever may be the output voltage, it will be drop across resistance R1 in this manner with plus up and minus down, and across R2 it will be plus up and minus down. So whenever we are calculating voltage across R2, which is considered obtained by voltage division rule, that is R2 upon R1 plus R2 into V out, and where R2 upon R1 plus R2 is referred as feedback factor beta here. So beta is fixed because the component R1 and R2 is fixed, but if due to any reason output is varying, then that will be sampled by this feedback component, that is R1 and R2, and those sampled voltage, that is beta V0, is provided to the minus terminal of the operational amplifier, and it is acting like an error amplifier here. So suppose, I'll erase the screen again. Suppose V out is increased, expect is what? Expected is 5 volt because we design it for 5 volt. If V out is trying to increase to 6 volt, what will happen? The voltage across R2 will increase. Due to that, beta V out will increase, and which will ultimately increase the negative terminal voltage of the differential mode of the op amp, that is error amplifier. Due to that, what happened? This will check the difference between non-inverting terminal, that is plus terminal, and the minus terminal. Of course, if non-inverting terminal voltage is increased, that is beta V0 is increased, V0 will what will happen? V0 will decrease. V0 dash. V0 dash is what? V0 dash is the output of error amplifier. V0 dash is decreased because some fixed positive quantity from that we subtracted negative quantity, which is increased due to increase in output voltage, is nothing but beta V out. Therefore, your V0 dash, which is output of op amp error amplifier, it is also decreased. If it is decreased, what happen? The base current to the base bias current to the transistor, series pass transistor Q, is decreased. And I hope you know the relation between base current and collector current. As base current decreases, collector current also decreases, that is beta times of IB. And what is the relation between base current and collector to emitter voltage, VCE? That is inverse relation, because whatever the current passing into the transistor, that is IC, if IC is decreased, VCE increases, and vice versa. So collector current में and voltage across transistor, that is VCE, इसमें inverse relation है. There is a direct relation between collector current and base current. So of course base current and VCE value will have inverse relation. So as this V0 dash, that is output of error amplifier, decreases, base current decreases. Due to that, collector current also decreases, and collector current decreases, that's why VCE value increases, and it will try to stable, so that whatever is the delta, delta कितना आया था यहाँ पे 5 से 6 वोल्ट जाने वाला था, ये 1 वोल्ट का डेल्टा आया था, that delta is what absorbed across the transistor. So transistor will change its conduction state with the help of feedback component R1 and R2, reference generator V reference Zener diode, and the error amplifier, that is the operational amplifier in differential mode, and anyhow your output remains constant. Suppose we'll consider the reverse case. Your output, which is expected 5 volt because designed for 5 volt, if suppose decreased by any condition due to load or line, say it becomes 4 volt, due to what happened, this feedback component will read that value, sampled value beta V out will reduce, that's why the negative terminal of error amplifier will reduce. Compared with V reference, this V0 dash, which is output of error amplifier, increases. That's why base current of the transistor increases. As the base current of transistor increases, collector current of transistor also increases. And as the collector current increases, the drop across the transistor, which is nothing but VCE, decreases. As this drop is decreasing, same will be reflected in the output, and anyhow the output will remain constant. So concluding this, with the help of feedback resistances or feedback network, reference generator and the error amplifier, your series pass transistor absorbs the fluctuation in the line regulation or load variation and keep the output voltage constant. So here, what is the mode of configuration of this? I'll erase the screen first. Wait. What is the configuration of this transistor? I hope you know configurations. That is common base, common collector, and common emitter. Can anybody answer the configuration of this transistor? Any guesses? Yes, what is the configuration of transistor Q? It is very easy.
Common base.
No, you are wrong. Any other guesses? अभी 3 लोग 3 अलग अलग आंसर देंगे. It is not common collector again, so of course it will be common emitter. Emitter follows the base. Why it is common emitter? Please mute your mic, I'll elaborate it. So how it is common emitter? Because considering this base is the input, controlling current कहाँ से जा रहा है? Into the base due to this error amplifier. So base is the input, and where is the output connected? Output is connected at emitter. This terminal is nothing but emitter of the transistor. So it is common emitter configuration. And you might be thinking that sir, unregulated power supply is given to this collector terminal. What about that? This will be treated as VCC. This will be treated as applied voltage or excitation voltage. So the configuration of this transistor is common emitter, or it is also called emitter follower. So whatever is the change, this what will happen, it will try to minimize the difference. I'll erase the ink again to avoid the confusion. It will try, this circuit will try to minimize the difference between V out and V0 dash, and it will try to maintain whatever is designed. We are assuming that it is designed at 5 volt, so it will try to maintain 5 volt. And if there is a fluctuation in 5 volt, it is trying to say decrease or increase. Same will be corrected by feedback network, reference generator, and error amplifier, and fluctuations will be absorbed across the series pass transistor. I hope you understood the concept of basic series operational amplifier voltage regulator, um, there are, say, little chances somebody may ask theory question, because as I have seen 3 papers on certain topic, there are theory questions into this, say, unit. So we'll discuss it later on when once we finish the unit or we finish the topic. Now, moving ahead, I have already mentioned everything on previous PPTs. So major component of the any voltage regulator is first the voltage reference voltage circuit, because without reference you cannot compare the quantities. Another one is an error amplifier. Error amplifier will check the differences, whatever is the expected output and what is the actual output. Accordingly, it will act. Another is the series pass transistor, which will, of course, absorb the fluctuation into the voltage. And last but not least, it is a feedback network, because until and unless you watch on the feedback, you won't take the sample from the feedback, you cannot understand what is happening into the output. So these are the major components which are essential, I will say, mandate to design any voltage regulator. I'll repeat that. First is the reference circuit, another is error amplifier, another one is a series pass transistor, and another one is the feedback network. Error amplifier is not necessary, as we are learning operational amplifier, that's why it is operational amplifier here, but not necessary it is always operational amplifier. You may have transistorized circuit to design an error amplifier. Again, beta is the sampling factor, or say feedback factor, which is R2 upon R1 plus R2. So moving ahead, this was the basic of series operational amplifier voltage regulator. Moving ahead, we will start with the last point of the unit, as I mentioned, which is very easy. We'll start from the easiest topic, that is the fixed voltage regulator IC 78XX and 79XX. These ICs are available in 2 packages. One is called metallic package, it is referred as TO03 pack. It has like a power transistor like structure, wherein this is the bottom view of the IC, where the body is the ground. Then if I place the bottom view in this way, if I see the bottom view in this way, the top terminal, which is at the bottom, of course, is the output, and bottom terminal is the input. And another package available for this IC, generally we have seen such kind of packages in our lab, that is the plastic package, which is made up of plastic, but this area is of metal, which is of course ground and working like heatsink, this area, which will have hole to fix this IC to the body of the power supply, so that maximum heat can be dissipated. I would like to tell you one thing, as we are saying that voltage regulator, I have 2 voltages. One is input, that is unregulated power supply, and one is output, that is regulated power supply. I will discuss 2 cases. Suppose I have unregulated power supply 7 volt and output 5 volt. What is different? Difference is 2 volt. But for the same IC, if I am connecting unregulated power supply, say 12 volt, still the output will be 5 volt. Where remaining 7 volt goes? It is across the series pass transistor. Of course, it will generate heat into that IC. So more the difference between unregulated power supply and regulated power supply, that means more heat will be developed, and if to radiate this heat, the heat sink is required to most of the power supply ICs. Here metal can package itself is the heat sink package, so no need to add on external heat sink, but for plastic package, addition of some external heat sinks are also required. Now the characteristic of this IC, that is 78 or 79, I am talking about both the ICs. First characteristic is V out. मैन्युफैक्चरर ने क्या बोला है कैरेक्टरिस्टिक के बारे में? द रेगुलेटेड आउटपुट वोल्टेज इज फिक्स्ड. That means if the IC is 7805, the output is fixed plus 5 volt. If the IC is 7912, the output is fixed minus 12 volt at the output. So the regulated output voltage is fixed at value as specified by the manufacturer. Of course, we can understand by reading the number, IC number. There are number of modes available for different output voltages. Like for example, for 78XX series has the output voltage ranges from there are availability is 5 volt, 6 volt means 7805, 7806, 8 volt, 7808, 12 volt, 7812, 15, 18 and 25, 24 likewise. So this is the first characteristic. I have changed the color for each and every characteristic here. So this is the first characteristic, the output is fixed and certain ranges are available. If somebody is asking for say 4 volt regulator using IC78 series, it is not available. Okay, so some standard voltages are available. Second characteristic is the input. It is said mod because it is applicable for positive as well as negative voltage regulator. So input must be greater than or equal to output plus 2. Suppose I am using for an example 7805, which will provide you the output 5 volt, but at the input if you are connecting 4 volt, it will not provide you 5 volt. At the input if you are connecting exactly 5 volt, of course output will not be 5 volt, some drop will be inside the IC. So what is the condition? It must be output rated voltage plus 2 volt. Minimum requirement means if I am talking about 7805, which is 5 volt fixed regulator, so 5 plus 2, 7 volt, minimum 7 volt must be connected at the input terminal. Maximum will be the rated value of the IC. Each and every IC has a data sheet. Suppose the rated maximum input to 7805 is say plus 18 volt. You cannot connect more than plus 18 volt to the input terminal. Otherwise, the IC may get damaged. The unregulated input voltage, same is mentioned here into the theory, must be at least 2 volt more than the regulated output voltage. This is the another characteristic. I'll move to the next PPT. Next characteristic is the output current. The output current which is maximum. The load current may varies from 0 to the rated maximum output current of the IC. The IC usually provided with heatsink. Otherwise, it may not provide the rated maximum output current. Maximum rated output current of this IC is 1 ampere. This IC will not provide you more than 1 ampere current. If you need more than 1 ampere current, a bypass transistor is required to provide additional load current to the load. Now, this concept is also explained in preceding PPTs. Then another, the last characteristic, 4 characteristics are there. The last characteristic is thermal shutdown. The IC has temperature sensor inside that is built in, which turns off the IC when it becomes too hot, usually between 125 degrees centigrade to 150 degrees centigrade. If its temperature is above to 125 degrees centigrade, then IC has a temperature sensor inside, and that sensor will turn off the IC. The output current will drop automatically, remains there until the IC has significantly cooled. So this was the 4 characteristic of the fixed voltage regulator 78 and 79 of any series, voltage series. Now the circuit diagram of fixed voltage regulator. The fixed voltage regulator is very simple. Example of 78 and 79 series. You can have 78XX or 79XX in place of this IC in the circuit diagram. If 79 is asked, you have to just change the number and accordingly it will change positive voltage to the negative voltage. So this diagram shows the fixed voltage regulator using IC78XX, wherein you can see into the, if we see the pin numbers, pin number 1 is input. So this is pin number. If I place this portion front side towards you, then first pin is input, second pin is the ground. यहाँ पे पिन नंबर्स चेंज हुए हैं. सेकंड पिन इज द ग्राउंड and third pin is the output. Third pin is the output, this one. So here you can see unregulated power supply is directly, you can directly connect it between pin number 1 and pin number 2, that is ground, input and ground, and regulated power supply that you can obtain across pin number 3, that is output pin, and ground, that is pin number 2. In between you may see two components and the values are fixed, that is Ci is 0.33 and of ceramic capacitor. This is to reduce the inductive effect of the long distribution of the wire. Suppose your unregulated power supply and IC inside any, say, box, you cannot directly place this regulated power supply directly on the unregulated power supply. There will be connection between them, and it may be, say, wire, it may be, say, copper track on PCB. So there might be some inductive effect on that. To reduce the inductive effect, 0.33 microfarad capacitor is recommended by the manufacturer across the input. Then another capacitor that you can see is the output capacitor CO, which is of 1 microfarad tantalum, is recommended by the manufacturer to improve the transient response of this regulator. Means how quickly the output will be generated, that is nothing but transient response. So this is the circuit diagram for fixed voltage regulator. Again, there is no formula to generate output. Directly use IC, put it into the circuit as per fashion shown into the circuit diagram, and get the fixed output voltage regulated. So there is no output formula कोई design के लिए. Whatever are the recommendation from the manufacturer, as it is, you have to follow that. Of course, it is mentioned into the characteristic and the circuit diagram. Then this is the fixed voltage regulator. Can we use this regulator as a variable voltage regulator? Of course, yes. But you cannot obtain variable regulator within the output range of the fixed voltage regulator IC series. Like for an example, suppose I am using 7805, which will provide you the 5 volt fix at the output terminal, V out and ground. You cannot develop, say, power supply, variable power supply from 0 to 5 volt with the help of this IC. But you can generate or develop a variable voltage supply with this IC so that it can be varied from 5 volt to certain range. 5 volt के below हम नहीं use कर सकते. This is limitation. So similar circuit is shown on this PPT. So you can see the topic here. Fixed voltage regulator is nothing but 7879 series. As a current source, later on variable लेंगे हम. So as a current source, this is a voltage regulator. Can we have this use of this IC as a current source to the load? So answer is yes. The 3-terminal fixed regulator can be used as a current source, as shown in figure. Supplies 1 ampere current to the load of 10 ohm 10 watt load. 10 ohm 10 watt load. You can see into this, the input terminal is connected to V in, which is unregulated power supply. Output terminal is at output, say, side, which is regulated power supply. Drop across IC, of course I said the difference between regulated and unregulated power supply. So it will be Vn minus V0. It must be at least 2 volt to operate this IC in proper manner. Ground. Now to make it current source, Ground is not directly grounded. It is called floating ground. And where the load is connected? Here. I'll move back to previous PPT. Here the load is connected between output and ground directly. You can see. I will highlight it. The load is connected between output and ground. But whenever it is used as current source, I move to the next PPT. Whenever it is used as current source, the ground terminal is not directly ground, it is floating ground, and it is connected to the load resistance of 10 ohm, 10 watt, where we have to pass the load current, of 1 ampere as shown in the problem statement. So let's see how is the design. I'll move further. So load current, what is load current? Load current is the current passing through the resistance R. And where from it is coming? It is coming from resistance R, that is referred as IR, and it is coming from third terminal, that is ground terminal of the IC, which is referred as IQ. IQ is the quiescent current. It is very less, 4.2 milliampere only. It is kind of leakage current. So two currents forms the load current. So load current is load current is here you can see load current is addition of the output current of the IC, which is nothing but IR, as I mentioned here, plus the quiescent current which is coming from the ground terminal of the IC, which is IQ, where IQ is the quiescent current which is very less, 4.2 milliampere. So what is the IL? I change this IR in terms of voltage and resistance. What is IR? IR is the current passing through this resistance 5 watt जो दिख रहा है, that is plus up and minus down, as it is 7805, so positive regulator. What is voltage here? Between pin number 2 and 3, between pin number 2 and 3 it is fixed voltage, as it is 7805, which is 5 volt. So we know voltage across it, we know the resistance current that we require. So what we can write the equation, IR will be replaced by voltage across R divided by resistance itself plus quiescent current IQ. Since what we need current, load current 1 ampere. So load current is equal to 1 ampere. So therefore I may write VR by R is equal to 1 ampere, because in front of 1 ampere 4.2 milliampere is very less quantity. So we neglected value of IQ, ये जो quiescent current है, we neglected that. So ultimately VR is 5 volt, as we are using 7805 IC, fixed voltage regulated IC. So the value of R can be calculated by R is equal to 5 volt, that is output voltage of the IC, divided by current through the resistance R, which is 1 ampere, which is of 5 ohm. So therefore choose the resistance value 5 ohm R to deliver 1 ampere current to the load of 10 ohm value. Of course 1 ampere into 10 ohm, it will be 10 watt. So 10 watt resistance is recommended to this circuit. So here the load resistance is fed by current which is having value 1 ampere. You can change this value by changing the value of resistance R with the help of these formulas and this logic. So in this way, this 7805 is acting like current source to the load. Any questions from your side? You may ask the question if there. I'll wait for 1 minute so that if you have any question from your end, till the time we may discuss it, else I will go ahead. Okay, as there is no reply from your side, means there is no question. So here I'll move to the next PPT, boosting the output current of this IC. As I mentioned into the characteristic, this IC has limited output current and the maximum is 1 ampere. So what if the load demands more than 1 ampere current? So in that case, one bypass transistor is used so that it can supply more current to the load. So here it is possible to boost the output current of 3-terminal voltage regulator simply by connecting an external bypass or pass transistor in parallel with the regulator as shown in figure. You may see here one transistor Q1 is connected in this fashion, where the base of the Q1 is connected to the input side through resistance R1, which is of 7 ohm. Collector of the transistor is connected to the unregulated power supply. What is Vin? As I mentioned, Vin into the voltage regulator, it is definitely unregulated power supply. So unregulated power supply is connected to the emitter of the transistor Q1, and it is connected to the input of the IC through resistance R1, which is of 7 ohm, and this end input of the IC is connected to the base of the transistor Q1, and collector of the transistor Q1 is connected at the output. So it is kind of parallel connection with the IC 7805. Now here how this act like a current boosting circuit. Here we are boosting output current, of course. So how this act as current boosting circuit. Now we have chosen this R1 7 ohm. What will happen as soon as we turn on this IC? Due to input, there will be input current passing into the IC, that is 7805. Same current will pass through the resistance R and it will develop voltage across it, say positive up and negative down, and same voltage is connected to the base and emitter of the transistor, and transistor is of PNP type. So negative base and positive emitter will forward bias this transistor and will pass additional current from the transistor to the load. So you can see one current is coming from the IC and another current is coming from the transistor. So load current is the addition of collector current and the output current of the IC. So until and unless the voltage drop across this 7 ohm resistance R1 is less than 0.7, the transistor will not be in on state and complete current will be supplied by IC itself, not by the transistor. But once the current demanded by the load, that is IL, increases, then sufficient drop will be generated across resistance R, which will turn on the transistor and additional current supplied to the load in terms of collector current IC. So this is how it boosts the current to the load. So for load current, जब तक current low है, drop across R1 is insufficient, that is less than 0.7. However, as the load current increases or load demands more current, the voltage drop across resistance R increases. When this drop is greater than 0.7 volt, greater than equal to 0.7 volt, the transistor turns on, transistor Q1 turns on. It can be easily seen that if IL is 100 milliampere only, the voltage drop across resistance R1 इसके across का voltage drop IL is 100 milliampere. This drop will be VR1 will be equal to resistance into current. Resistance is 7 ohm. Current is 100 milliampere as we assume is 0.7 volt. Thus the IL increases more than 100 milliampere current is required, transistor Q1 turns on and supplies the additional or extra current required to the load. So this is how this 7805 can be used as a boosted current circuit using one pass transistor across it. Coming to the analysis of this circuit, since VBE on means what? When this is the voltage across base and emitter at which the transistor becomes on. Instead of taking 0.7 volt, the datasheet says that turn on voltage of the transistor is to be considered 1 volt. Remains fairly constant. The excess current comes from transistor Q base after amplification by beta. Means what? This is the base current IB, but this will be what? Beta times of IB, that is nothing but current. So excess current comes from the base after amplification by factor beta. The regulator adjusted base current IB so that load current will be equal to collector current plus output current. I will show it at the node. Let me erase this thing. So here you can see the load current which is passing into the load, this one is at this node, and remaining are the two currents which are coming towards node, that is IC from the transistor here and IO from the IC itself. So IO plus IC is the load current. And what is IC in terms of beta? IC is nothing but beta times of IB. This IB and IC has relation. IC is equal to beta times of IB. For the regulator आउटपुट करंट, अभी रेगुलेटर को मैं नोड कंसिडर कर रहा हूं यहां पे. व्हाट इज करंट इनटू द आईसी इज आई, व्हाट इज आउटगोइंग करंट इज आईओ एंड आईक्यू क्विजिएंट करंट. दैट्स व्हाई आईओ विल बी आई माइनस आईक्यू, क्योंकि स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ करंट which is quiescent current 4.2 milliampere is passing towards ground from this II and remaining will pass straight forward to the output, where the output current is approximately equal to input current of the IC, as IQ is very small, that is the quiescent current 4.2 milliampere. Its value does not change, it is fixed by the manufacturer. Also, the base current IB of this transistor Q1 is II minus IR1. You can see base current is coming in this direction toward this node, IR1 is coming towards the node, this node I am saying, and II is the outgoing current from this node. So applying KCL here, base current will be equal to input current II. I'll erase the ink. So base current is equal to IC input current II minus IR1 at this node. The KCL is applied, and base current IB is approximately equal to II as it is II, and what is IR1? IR1 is nothing but VBE on, क्योंकि जब ये ट्रांजिस्टर ऑन होगा यहाँ का ड्रॉप VBE on means 1 volt के ऊपर या 1 volt रहेगा at that state. VBE on divided by resistance R1. Simplifying, we get this formula, that is load current is equal to, simplifying this, beta plus 1 into I0 is output current of the IC, here it is, minus beta times of VBE on upon R1. So the maximum current IO max for 7805 regulator is 1 ampere from the data sheet. Assuming, we'll assume 2-3 values and we'll see at what level this load current can be boosted with simple example. So assuming VBE on is 1 volt, beta only 15 assume किया है, we get load current is equal to 15 plus 1, that will be 16, multiply by load current, maximum load current कितना है 7805 का, it is 1 ampere, minus beta 15 into VBE on by R, that is 1 by 7, and if you calculate it becomes 13.8 ampere. So with this simple modification into the circuit can boost the current, and with this small value of beta and resistance R, we can achieve maximum current through this circuit to 13.8 ampere, near about 14 times more than that of rated current of IC alone. So in this way, the current is boosted. Let's have one numerical on this. It is asked in examination. I think we'll see that later on. Numerical on the current boosting circuit. Boosting IC regulator output current, same topic is going on. Instead we are having one numerical. In the given figure, means same current booster circuit, VB on is 1 volt, which is given. Beta is 15 given. Calculate the output current coming from IC 7805. Coming from 7805 means I0 निकालना है, this one. And IC coming from transistor Q1, this one. ट्रांजिस्टर से कितना करंट पास हो रहा है, ये दो वैल्यू निकालने हैं हमें, I0 एंड IC. फॉर लोड्स, 3 डिफरेंट लोड, 100 ओम के लिए निकालना है, 5 ओम एंड 1 ओम. सॉल्यूशन फॉर लोड 100 ओम, पहला एग्जांपल पहले लिया है, फॉर लोड 100 ओम. So this load is now 100 ohm. Whatever is connected here is now 100 ohm. What will be the output across? Output across remains 5 volt because we are using 7805. The output between output terminal and ground will not change. It remains constant to 5 volt. So for 7805, the output voltage across the load will be 5 volt. Of course, it is fixed. Therefore, the load current demand is 5 volt divided by 100 ohm is the load. Load voltage divided by load resistance is load current. It is only 50 milliampere, and the voltage across resistance R1, क्योंकि ये जो 50 milliampere आ रहा है, this is coming from V in this way, neglecting IQ. This is coming from V in. So this is coming from resistance R1. So we are interested in calculating voltage drop across R1 with positive up and negative down across 7 ohm resistance, of course. So the voltage across R1 is VR1 is equal to resistance value R1 into the load current directly, because whatever is current 50 milliampere, IC itself is capable to deliver this current. There is no need of turning on transistor Q1. So 7 ohm into 50 milliampere, VR1 is 350 milliampere. VR1 is 350 milliampere. Now the VR1 is 350 milliampere, which is dropped across resistance R1, and you can see same is connected to the base and emitter of the transistor in terms of VBE. So only 350 milli, I'm sorry, it must be volt. Wait a minute. 350 millivolt. So only 350 millivolt is nothing but 0.35 volt is not sufficient to drive this transistor Q1. So Q1 is less than 0.7. Of course, the Q1 will be off. Therefore, as the Q1 is off, it is open switch. As it is open switch, the collector current will be equal to 0. So therefore, I may directly write that the load current is supplied by IC itself, that is I0, which is nothing but input current II, which is 50 milliampere, and the current passing through transistor Q1 is nothing but IC is equal to 0. Hence, for 100 ohm load here, concluding that the 50 milliampere current which is demanded by 100 ohm load is supplied by IC itself, and transistor does not provide any current. Yes, anybody wanted to ask? Yes, anybody wanted to ask any question? I heard some voice. Okay, concluding that this 50 milliampere is supplied by IC itself to the load, neglecting the quiescent current 4.2 milliampere, and transistor is in off state. Transistor is in off state. Therefore, there is no IC. So IC is equal to 0. This is how we can solve the problem for current booster circuit using IC 7879. Moving to the next part of the problem definition, that solution for another load, that is 5 ohm, because the load is changed means current is changed. We are going to check the status of transistor Q1 and IC 7805. So for 7805, voltage across output is 5 volt. Therefore load current calculate करना है. 100 ohm के लिए सिर्फ 50 मिली एम्पियर था. Here for 5 ohm it will be 5 volt divided by 5 ohm. It will be 1 ampere. Rated value of 7805. 1 ampere तक 7805 दे सकता है. Yes, as it can provide up to 1 ampere. That's why what I am doing, I am assuming that entire 1 ampere current comes through regulator IC and transistor Q1 is off. I am saying that 1 ampere इसकी capacity है, so 1 ampere will pass like this. There is no need of turning on the transistor. So I assume that transistor is off. But let's verify. Assume किया तो बराबर ही रहेगा, ऐसा नहीं. Let's verify that. Now the voltage across R1 will decide whether the transistor is on or off. So we will be calculating voltage across R1, VR1. VR1 is nothing but IR1 into R1. So VR1 is equal to R1 into IL, which is equal to 7 ohm into 1 ampere. It is 7 volt. So here this condition shows that whatever is our assumption that transistor is off is false, is not true. So which is greater than of course 0.7 volt, whatever the calculation that we are getting. Hence our assumption is wrong. Transistor Q1 is not off, it is working and it is in on state. So how to calculate load current for this type of question, that is in terms of IC current and transistor current, I0 and I suffix C. So here is the solution. For that purpose the formula is designed or derived. So in such a situation where your assumption is false, then you please use the formula that we have derived from this circuit, of course. Formula is load current is equal to beta plus 1 into I0 minus beta into VB on upon R1. VB on will be 1 volt. And putting all the values, what we have, VB on 1 volt, beta 15, and calculating the value, load current is how much, 1 ampere. Putting this value, you will get value of I. You will get value of I0 and current coming from the collector IC. So if you calculate this with the help of this formula, you will get value of I0 because remaining are known. IL I know, that is 1 ampere, beta I know, that is 15, VB on is 1 volt, R1 is 7 ohm. So all the known quantities, unknown is I0, and that comes 196 milliampere. This 196 milliampere is subtracted from load current, then we'll get current coming from the transistor. So 1000 minus 196, have I made mistake? 196 milliampere plus 904, it will be how much? It will be 1100. So milliampere remaining will be, load current is 1000 milliampere, so it will be 804 plus 94, it will be 900, 900 and 100, it will be 1000. So in this way we can calculate the value of the current coming from the IC that is nothing but I0, that may be subtracted from total current demanded by load, and we may get value of collector current which is passing through the transistor, and your transistor of course is in on state. Now moving to the last problem statement is for 1 ohm load. For 1 ohm load, again load पता है हमें 1 ohm है, then output we know 5 volt है, so we may calculate current. So load current is now here 5 volt by 1 ohm, it will be 5 ampere, which is too much greater than the rated value of 7805. Therefore definitely here we cannot assume transistor is off, transistor is definitely on, and if the transistor is on, definitely we have to use this formula, IL is equal to beta times beta plus 1 into I0 minus beta into VB on divided by R1, and by putting value, load current is what, 5 ampere, beta 15, and then VB on 1 volt and R1 7 ohm. We get load, we get output current, notation थोड़े मैंने लिखते वक्त, we get output current of the IC is equal to 446 milliampere. Output current of the IC is 446 milliampere. This is subtracted from 5 ampere, which is the load current. We get current passing through the transistor, which is 4.55 ampere. So you can see in this example, maximum of the current is passing through the transistor. Out of 5 ampere current, 4.55 ampere current is passing through the transistor. I'll show it here, this one, and remaining only 446 milliampere, around 0.5 ampere approximately, is passing through an IC, and total current, load current, is supplied to the load. So this is the current boosting circuit. What is the time? Okay, we'll have 5 to 10 minutes discussion, then after I'll stop. So here, as I mentioned earlier, that fixed voltage regulator will have fixed voltage across it. If it is 7805, there will be only 5 volt between output terminal and the ground terminal. 5 volt, we cannot obtain less than 5 volt. So VR will be always rated voltage of the IC. If it is 7805, it is 5 volt. It can be used as a variable voltage regulator. We may use 5 volt to certain, say, limit, let's say 5 volt to 10 volt voltage regulator we can design using this IC 7805, but cannot design 0 to 10 volt or 0 to 5 volt variable. So the 3-terminal fixed voltage regulator as a variable voltage regulator can be designed by making ground terminal floating as shown in the figure. So ground is not directly connected, it is floating ground connected through resistance R2. So this is the design wherein this voltage across resistance R1 will be fixed, that is 5 volt. Suppose I am designing variable voltage regulator from 5 to 7.5 volt value, then additional 5 volt plus 2.5 is 7.5. Additional 2.5 volt can be obtained across the potentiometer, which is R2. This is the potentiometer R2. And if you are varying R2, if it is 0, then output will be 5 volt. As we are increasing R2, it will maximum increase up to 2.5. So 2.5 plus 5, it will be, output voltage will be altogether 7.5 volt. So this is the design for variable voltage regulator. Its analysis is, thus the output voltage remains constant, that is output voltage, this one VO towards ground, of course, VO is equal to VR, means voltage across the output terminal of IC, I highlighted, and VPOT, voltage across the potentiometer R2, where VR is fixed, say 5 volt for 7805, plus how to calculate VPOT, potentiometer voltage. It has a current IQ passing through, and I1, IR1 passing through. So IQ plus IR1, which is current passing through R2. So IQ plus IR1 into R2 will be voltage across R2 potentiometer. Then V0 will be equal to here VR. V0 will be equal to VR plus IQ into R2 VR plus IQ into R2 plus IR1 into R2. So V0 will be VR plus IQ into R2. IR1 can be again rewrite in the form of IR1 is what? It is current passing through R1. So in the form of voltage and resistance, it will be VR by R1. So VR1 or VR by R1 into R2. So taking common, so V0 will be 1 plus R2 by R1 multiply by VR plus R2 into IQ, where R2 should be very less, having less value to minimize the effect, this effect, whatever I squared, that is R2 into IQ. So the R2 is small enough to minimize the term R2 into IQ. The minimum output voltage is the output value, that is say 5 volt for 7805. Now this is what the variable voltage regulator using fixed voltage regulator. Instead, there is directly ICs available like LM117, 217, 317 for positive voltage regulator, then LM137, 237 and 337 for negative voltage regulator have been specifically designed to be used for obtaining adjustable voltage regulator or adjustable output voltage in the range of 1.2 volt to 40 volt with the current rating of 1.5 ampere. So special functioning IC भी available है variable voltage regulator के लिए, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि ये fixed voltage regulator use करना है. But if you don't have in say availability, you may use fixed voltage regulator in this fashion to make it variable voltage regulator. So here फिक्स वोल्टेज रेगुलेटर एज अ वेरिएबल वोल्टेज रेगुलेटर, यहाँ पे न्यूमेरिकल दिया है, स्पेसिफाई सुटेबल कंपोनेंट वैल्यू टू गेट आउटपुट 7.5 वोल्ट यूजिंग IC 7805. So IQ is 4.2 milliampere. Then we say that IR1 is means current assume किया है हमने ये वाला 25 milliampere. Output voltage remains fixed, that is VR is 5 volt as we discussed earlier. Then R1 we can calculate. R1 will be VR divided by IR1, that is 5 volt divided by 25 milliampere passing through this resistance, which is 200 ohm. We have to choose R2 so that it will drop 2.5 volt across, because 5 volt तो यहाँ मिल गया है हमें, यहाँ पे कितने वोल्ट के लिए डिजाइन करना है, 7.5 वोल्ट के लिए. सो एडिशनल 2.5 हमें यहाँ पे डेवलप करना है अक्रॉस R2. सो R2 इज we need 2.5 volt divided by R1 IR1 plus IQ. So 2.5 volt divided by 25 milliampere is IR1 plus quiescent current 4.2 milliampere. So it comes 85.6 ohm, approximately 85 ohm. So is available. So this is how we can solve the problem for variable voltage regulator. And the last is, if you are using two ICs, that is 78 series and 79 series in this fashion, then it will be dual power supply. That is, you can see IC 7815 and IC 7915. IC 7815 will provide you plus 15 volt output fixed. Then IC 7915 provides you minus 15 volt output, which is fixed. And if you connect the circuit in this fashion, it will be having dual power supply with plus minus 15 volt as shown in the diagram. Again, there is no formula for the output voltage. IC itself decide what will be the output voltage. If you wanted to design it for plus minus 5 volt, then IC number will be 7805 upper IC and 7905 lower IC. You can see this is the transformer, you know. Then rectifier means rectifier ke baad there is unregulated power supply here, which is of course greater than rated value, 17 volt diya hai plus minus, and this is regulated power supply, and middle में जो दिया है that is the regulator, IC regulator. Just to read some point related to, because this question comes for theory, no problem on this. So only 3 points. So here many discrete or IC circuit such as op amp requires bipolar or dual power supply plus minus 15 volt plus minus 18 volt. Likewise in the above circuit, diode D1 and D2 in the circuit is the protecting diode against short circuit protection or occurring at the input terminal. Diode D3 and D4 provides protection against situation when both the regulators may not turn on simultaneously. If there is load connected between, I'll explain this on the diagram. The faster one will try to reverse the polarity of another IC and it will latch up unless it is properly clamped, and the clamping function is done by diode D3 and D4. I'll move back to the previous circuit to explain the last point. Suppose we are not using this diode D3 and D4, it is mentioned there, and if the load is connected between plus 15 and minus 15 directly, then what happened? These are the ICs. The responses for ICs may be different. As soon as I turn on the power supply, then one of the IC may start earlier. Suppose this starts earlier, slightly faster than this one. So what will happen? As soon as this 7815 started, plus 15 volt develop here, which will be connected through the load, and it will reverse the output polarity of the second IC to plus 15 volt if the diodes are not present, plus 15 volt, and this IC 7915 will be latched and operation will not perform. So that's why what happened, suppose the diodes are available, these clamping diodes are available, suppose, then what happened? Suppose this IC 7815 started earlier, will generate 15 volt plus, even though the load is connected between two terminals, means both the ICs, then what happened? This will come in this way, this 15 volt will come to this point, and due to this clamping diode positive polarity here, both the diode will be forward bias and latch up. There will not be latch up to the 7915. Reverse case भी आप consider कर सकते हो. There will not be latch up to the 7815 as negative supplies here, negative here. The diode D1, D3 and D4 will be forward bias and very less voltage across that, that is 0.7. Thereby it will not latch any of the IC and proper functioning is possible. It is called clamping diode. Thank you very much. This is all about the voltage regulator using IC 78 and 79 fixed voltage regulator. We have seen fixed voltage regulator, its characteristic, its packaging. This is used as current source, current boosting circuit, and fixed voltage regulator as a variable voltage regulator with theory and the numerical. Thank you very much. If you have any question related, you may ask. I'll wait for 1 minute and then I'll start. PDF of PPT will be shortly uploaded. Don't leave the meeting. Any question from your end? It is 1:17. I'll wait up to 1:18 p.m. and then I'll leave the meeting. So thank you very much.